Hey, it's A Humble Collector here, and in today's video we're going to take a look at the 4-panel death card for Josef Sigl. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and get started. So panel 1 here, we have the Iron Cross, and then his faith was called Germany. Then moving to the interior of the card, we have a nice almost full-page photo of Josef, followed at the bottom here by, he did honor to himself and his status, fighting for the Führer and the fatherland. And then moving to panel 3 here, in honor of the memory of Obergefreiter Josef Sigl, bearer of the Iron Cross 2nd Class and the Assault Badge, member of the music platoon of SA Standarten 15 of Vöcklabruck, farm worker in Vicht, who died a heroic death in the East on August 23rd, 1942, at the age of 24. Now, we have some pretty interesting information up here. So Josef here was a member of an SA Standarten prior to joining the military. Now, these Standartens, roughly equivalent to like regimental size. In this case, the music zugs there are music platoons. They use a musician as part of this SA regiment. Now, I couldn't figure out specifically where SA Standarten 15 was based out of. I do know that Vöcklabruck here is in Austria, so I'm assuming that's where they're from, but I was having a hard time finding information on them online. So if anybody knows maybe any additional information, I definitely appreciate it. Now, I was actually able to find his casualty record as well. Josef was born on December 26th, 1918 in Desselbrunn, and was a member of the 3rd Company of Infantry Regiment 522, part of the 297th Infantry Division. He would be killed by a headshot at Abganerovo by Railway Station 74 and is buried in the unknown section of the Rososhka Cemetery in Russia. At the time Josef was killed, the 297th Infantry Division was fighting at Dombogen, which is near Stalingrad. And actually, if I pull up the map here, you can see that Abganerovo village is actually about 100 kilometers south of Stalingrad. His unit would actually be destroyed there later on, so even if Josef had survived the wound that ended up killing him here, his odds of dying at Stalingrad or being taken into Soviet captivity are very high. Now, one of the interesting things, though, is the reference from Volksbund that I have that he was killed by this train station 74. What's really interesting, if we look at this kind of zoomed-in map here, is that there's 2 clusters of buildings called Abganerovo on the map. And the smaller one up to the north here, if we zoom in on that, actually has a railway yard directly in the middle of it. So based off all that information, it seems that this is right around the spot where Josef was killed, which is pretty interesting. We're not usually able to pinpoint it to quite that level of accuracy. I do actually also have another card for a member of the 297th Infantry Division. Josef Witteslingen was an Obergefreiter in the 8th Company of Infantry Regiment 523 and was killed by a shrapnel wound to the head at Cherkasy, Ukraine on August 28th, 1941. Now moving down to the bottom part of the card here. I had to die far from my home. The enemy's bullets brought me death. I fell in the midst of my comrades and went with them to the good Lord. Dear mother and siblings, do not cry. Be comfortable in your deep sorrow. It will only take a little while until I see you, all of you, again. Rest in peace. Then moving to the back of the card here to panel 4. He who is powerful has done great things for me. Luke 1:49. So yeah, overall, pretty interesting card with ties to Stalingrad, and like I said, having a pinpointed death location coming from Volksbund there, something we don't get very often, so that's always kind of neat. But yeah, overall, I hope you guys all enjoyed the video. Please leave a comment down below. Love hearing from you. Thank you all for watching. Happy collecting, and I'll see you all again very soon.